Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Women Who Rock with Success, which is an award-winning show for professional women. We profile a collective of amazing women who are thriving to build their brand. Women are handpicked in various fields who can provide credible information to build your business and lifestyle. We are live each Thursday at 9 a.m. Central Time, followed by our latest brand, Women Who Rock Investigates. To learn more about us, go to our website at www.womenwhorockwithsuccess.com. Now, let's join our podcast host in the studio, Mrs. Diane Winbush.
And good morning, and welcome to Women Who Rock with Success Media. Thank you for tuning in with us today. We have a busy day today also, as we did Tuesday, and so we want to get right into it with our first podcast on today. So on this segment, we're going to be talking about branding development. So we know as entrepreneurs that this is very, very important in regarding to establishing what it is that you do in establishing who it is actually you are in your target audience and what you're trying to market and advertise. So to be able to help us to understand that a little bit better, we're going to be talking today with an entrepreneur and CEO, and she is none other than Miss Bethany Meadows. So good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning. I'm so glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. So what we're going to do first, we want you to be able to share with the audience. Tell us a little bit about you, and then also share in the same question as to what compelled you to get into branding for entrepreneurs.
Ooh, well, it kind of, brand is one of those words that, can be really misunderstood. A lot of people think it's their logo. But when I started my agency almost 14 years ago, I was working with, really small business owners, and, I realized that brand was really so much more than some really nice graphics, a really nice logo. It had to do more with the customer experience. And so I started, down this path of developing some things that would really help small business owners figure out what that looks like for them, because for every company it's different.
Correct.
So, brand just kind of became a passion, and I realized, just about every business that we started working with really needed this process.
Absolutely. Because as you stated, sometimes we think it's a logo, we think it's some sort of attachment or something that is that goes with our business, some kind of some sort of colorful type of emblem or what have you. But it's more complex than that. And then after you brand what it is that you have, then people will be able to get a little bit more accuracy and credibility of who you are. So great. So
Great.
So. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, if you like, I can tell you a little bit about that process.
Sure.
Of figuring out what that looks like. A company, when you look at your customers, they go on a journey with you, whether you realize it or not, right? There's the customer journey. There's all the interactions that you have with them prior to them purchasing. And depending on your business, that could be a really long process of nurturing that relationship, or it could be I'm so sorry. Or it could be a really short process where they walk in your store and immediately make that decision to buy. And then you have that part of the customer journey where they actually make that purchase and that process of making the purchase. And then they have that part of the journey where it's after the purchase, where, maybe there's an opportunity for them to, buy an upgrade of their product or service, or maybe you cross-sell them into a different product or service. But ultimately, you want to lead them to becoming a brand ambassador, and that third-party word-of-mouth that comes from brand ambassadors is just so incredibly valuable. So along this process, I call them touch points, and there's 3 different touch points that we focus on, and that is the human touch point, the human interaction, any kind of point where you influence or create a perception with your customer through an email or a telephone call or, something along the lines of human. And then you also have your product and the pain points and the solution and all those kind of things are revolving around the product or service that you're providing. And then you also have your systems. And so this could be the way you send out an invoice. It could be your website. It could be, any kind of interaction that you have that's built around a system or automation or anything like that. And so one of the things we teach inside Time to Thrive membership is how to map your touch points through the customer journey. And by doing that, you can identify those areas where you can really create a wow factor, a next level, a way to stand apart from your competition. And that's really where the difference between being we're a pretty good company, to being a wow, they just blew my socks off company. And if we can do that, ultimately the goal is to, again, have those brand ambassadors just telling the world about what an incredible experience that they had with our company. And that's what really leads us to success long term. We can spend our way to people knowing about us.
Right.
But if for example, if I have a client who's a restaurant and I spend money driving traffic to come try them for the first time, but their experience wasn't what I promised it was going to be, they're not coming back. And worse, they might tell other people that their experience wasn't good. So, there's no point in driving all kinds of traffic into your funnel if the experience that they're going to have through the journey is not going to blow their socks off. So that's why we start there. And the creative element of a brand really is just something to trigger in them that experience that they had. It really becomes that thing where they associate that with the emotional response they had to the experience.
Okay.
That was a lot.
That is fine. You can elaborate because we want the listeners to be able to understand. And, of course, with your product, of what you offer for entrepreneurs and corporate America, women and men, and perhaps maybe even celebrities as well. And sometimes this is where individuals may get confused at. They don't understand what the brand is or what is branding and the purpose of branding. And sometimes we look at a situation such as we're going to use Tide. And so it was a key factor that you had made about, in regards to, the customer returning. Tide is a product that we've been using for years and perhaps maybe centuries. Our forefathers used this product to be able to clean clothes and what have you. But a lot of times individuals feel that, they have a big presence on social media too. But when you're starting out trying to market, you're trying to grow in a business. Facebook have a lot of tools and resources for entrepreneurs to be able to use, but at the same time, we have to understand that there's patience in making sure that all of those elements are coming together. It may not come together overnight, and a lot of individuals, they expect that. It was a particular event that I had about 6 years ago, and so the coach, she was wondering why she had went to school and paid for all of these certificates and what have you, and the reason why her business was not growing. And, that's the thing about it. People are looking for something overnight, and it's not going to work like that. You brand it by, taking the opportunity to be willing to first of all, hire someone, and that's going to be the next question that we're going to talk about. That I'm going to ask is the importance of an entrepreneur trying to do it on their own, such as social media platforms, LinkedIn, which charges fees as well, versus someone that already has the credentials that the individual needs, the business owner needs, the entrepreneur needs, the actress needs, because we have a large audience here on our show, so we have different types of genres and categories of audience that listens. So explain to us a little bit, Bethany, the importance of getting a hired business coach, marketing coach, branding coach to be able to help, and then also be willing to be patient for the results.
Yeah, so that is an excellent question. I've never even been asked that before. That was an amazing question. Here, the thing is about as a small business owner, we can very easily outsource. We can get a VA and we can say, do my manage my social media for me. The problem with that is they don't know your brand. They don't know your values as a company. They don't understand the inner workings of your why and your passion in your business. And that doesn't mean that you can't hire someone to do it. It means that you still have to understand the strategy that you're going to tell them in order, you're going to tell them the strategy that you want implemented. You have to own that. As a business owner, we are the ceiling of our business. Our business will never grow past us. And that's why we always have to be learning, leaning in to work on our business, not just in our business, because if we get caught up in the day-to-day and we just keep our head down and we do the same old grind every single day, we're never going to grow past that ceiling that is us as the owner. So we have to be able to have a community of support. It's often said that we are the reflection of the 5 people closest to us. And so it's important that we get in the business community, lots of people who have been there and done that and, are just further along in the entrepreneurial journey. And we get around those people and we learn and we absorb and we take in everything that they have to give us. As far as having like a business coach or being part of a membership like Time to Thrive, that's where you can really, what we do is just very strategic training. And every week there's a live event that you can attend and lean into your business. And this is what raises the ceiling. This is what allows our businesses to grow and scale and become something bigger than we ever dreamed, because we're constantly moving the ceiling up. Did that answer your question? I think you had a second part.
Yes. I think that kind of answered it, because it's an importance. Individuals don't know the importance of having a business coach, and then also trying to use other functions and elements to be able to build their niche. And then they wonder why, it's not working out or what have you. And sometimes it's because we're in the wrong direction. So that's the reason why I wanted to kind of clarify that with the listeners. As to why it is important to have someone there to coach you, to mentor you, to be able to help you, and then you can also be able to get involved. You can be able to get involved, especially with some of the things that you had shared and listed in regards to what your brand is. So this is what we're going to be talking about on the next segment, and it's going to be talking about vertical solutions media. So I know you just shared a little bit about vertical solutions media, but we want you to also share with the listeners some of the takeaways that you expect an entrepreneur to be able to retrieve from what it is that you do to be able to help businesses to grow.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
And so that. I'm sorry. I thought you were going to commercial.
Yes. Yeah, it's like a takeaway. What is it that you want entrepreneurs to be able to see? What is it that, okay, if an entrepreneur comes to your website right now at this moment and say, okay, then what is this? They got a light bulb, they got hands sticking up with light bulbs. What are the takeaways, the maximum takeaways from what you do that you would like individuals, entrepreneurs, to be able to see, so it can be able to help them to be able to decide whether this is a perfect match for them?
So we have 3 different levels of ways that we work with businesses. The first level is the Time to Thrive membership, and that's a monthly marketing membership. It's $99 a month, which is really low for all the value that you get. And there's a library of on-demand videos, downloadable resources, workbooks, and so forth. And then we have a community, a private community that you become part of with these, other entrepreneurs that are further down than you that you can really glean from. And then we do the live events every week. It could be a coaching week. It could be a 2-hour workshop. It could be an open-door coaching where you can just bring your questions and brainstorm. It could be a guest expert that we bring in. Mm-hmm. And then if you feel like you want to, go a little bit further, we have something called Thrive Coaching, and that's a one-on-one coaching where you get 2 one-hour sessions each month, and then you also get the Time to Thrive membership as part of that. So you just have that extra where one-on-one, where I personally am working with you through this process of mapping out your customer journey, mapping out business success planning, helping you set goals, establish marketing strategies that make sense for your business. And then if you want to go to the next level, that would be the agency level, and that's the done-for-you solution. That's the one where you bring it and we become, for whatever, it's different for every business, but we create a plan for you, and then you are on a monthly retainer, and we become your marketing team. So those are the 3 ways that you can work with Vertical Solutions Media.
Okay, great. So you also offer a podcast for your members as well. So tell us just a little bit about that and the purpose as to how you, communicate with those that perhaps are in your group or in your membership and what have you. And also, is it available to those that are not members?
Yes. So everything that we do inside the membership is for members only. Okay. Every now and then, I will open up for a coaching week or a 2-hour intensive. I might open it up for those that have gotten on our email list. I might say, hey, if you just want to come kick the tires and check out, something that we're doing, I might open it up to them. But if your listeners are interested in being part of one of our live events, they can reach out to me off the website. Just send me an email. Let me know that you heard me on this podcast, and I will send you a link and a coupon code so you can get into those live events for free. So you can just check it out, kick the tires, drink the Kool-Aid, as it were, and, kind of get to know me a little bit, and I'll get to know you a little bit. On the Time to Thrive membership, we have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you sign up and, you can download all the things, participate in all the things, watch as many videos as you want. If you, after 30 days, you feel like it's not a fit for you, you just let me know, and I'll refund 100%.
Okay, great. That's fair enough. So how has this been rewarding for you? A lot of times individuals, they may create an initiative, they may create an idea, but they perhaps maybe follow, and as you say, sometimes things can become like a routine, until you continue to pour into what it is that you do in order to add value to it. So by coaching all of these individuals, and you have the membership, you have the podcast, you have the consultation sessions, how has all of this been rewarding for you, just for Bethany? We're not talking about anybody else. We're not talking about the members or any onlookers. We're just talking about Bethany. How has this been rewarding to you as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, how you're training, you're teaching, you're bringing exclusive information to those who desire to build more strategy for business and be able to make a notation, make some sort of emblem for what it is that they do. How has this been rewarding to you?
Well, what's interesting is that, and this is my understanding, this is pretty common. What happens when you've been in business for a period of time, somewhere in the 8 to 12 mark, a lot of business owners, it's grown, they've had success, and now they are really, the day-to-day is running a business. It's not doing what they started, right? Whatever it is that they were passionate about. They started their business, maybe it was them and maybe one or two other people, and they were in the trenches and they were doing what they were passionate about. Well, as they grew, they did less of that and more of bookkeeping and more of, some of these other things that are operational or administrative or, just more high-level strategic planning and things like that. Well, that really wasn't why they were starting their business in the first place, and I was suffering from that. I was feeling like I was starting to dread going to work every day because I wasn't doing the thing. My team was running the business pretty much, like the execution and working with clients and things like that, and I just started to feel like I don't like this anymore. I'm not passionate about this anymore. And when I started Time to Thrive, that was my way back to that passion of working with small business owners and really making a difference for them. I recognize that what they're doing is their livelihood. It makes such an impact on their families and what they're able to do with their kids and what their just their future, and everything's rolled up into it. I feel that because I was there. I was, when I started my business, I was a single mom of 5 kids, and that was scary, stepping out. And every month, it was, the mortgage payment was on the line. I called it chasing the mortgage payment back then. And and I get that. And those are the kind of business owners that I really want to pour into and support and watch them become successful and really make a difference for their kids, for their family, just like my business meant for me. Of course, my kids are now, my youngest is 28, so they're off and living, and so my why changed over the years, as they, got independent and so on and off in their own careers and families. My why back then was really wrapped up in providing for my family as a single mom, and it really has evolved. And my why right now is I get so much fulfillment from working with business owners who were in that same place that I was 14 years ago, and really giving them a vision of what could be for them. And that's what gets me out of bed in the morning. I love working with business owners, and now I've got that passion back, and I'm excited to share it.
Okay, great, wonderful. So here's an opportunity where you can be able to share with the listeners how they can be able to find your products and services, how they can be able to join your membership, and also you can be able to share how they can be able to follow you on any social link media, platforms, or if you have any master classes that are coming up, you can be able to share that also with them at this time.
Okay, so TimeThriveMembership.com, and you can actually, there's buttons there that will direct you to more information about the membership, more information about Thrive Coaching, and also more information about the Done For You at Vertical Solutions Media. So that's probably a good catch-all website to go to, timetothrivemembership.com. Of course, our main membership is verticalsolutionsmedia.com. Vertical Solutions Media is on just about any of the main social media platforms. If you just search for that and follow us there, I would love to connect with you there. And then as far as any master classes we have coming up, I have one on sales mastery that would be really great. So if somebody was interested in that, they could reach out. If we're a business owner, we're probably in sales, whether we think we are or not. So it's good to understand what those strategies look like. So if someone reaches out to me and lets me know they heard me on this podcast, I will give them access to Sales Mastery for free.
Okay. Wonderful. That is awesome. So we thank you so much for being our guest today, and the audience was able to learn a lot about what you do. Usually it was something that you kind of said there was a key notation. You all are doing something every week in regards to, online tutoring or what have you, and so a lot of memberships don't offer that. Sometimes it's every quarter or every once a month, and so, yes, that is $99 is very less inexpensive as to some of the, platforms that I have saw where they perhaps maybe not offer frequent support and help as often as what you offer. So, that is something that the audience can be able to jump in and get familiar with. So, again, thank you so much for being
I didn't want to set up just a library of videos. I wanted to really connect with business owners and support them through the journey. And, the live events each week gives me an opportunity to do that. And I really get to know them. I really get to know their business.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So, everyone, meet us right back here at 10 o'clock. We got Kyra Kyles, media executive, that will be on the show. And so we thank everyone for tuning in. And thank you once again, Bethany, for being our guest on today.
Thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed it.